Hello, Rambler fans, and welcome to another edition of the Superintendent Corner, starring Howard Napp. Today we are going to be going through various aspects of the superintendent job. And we're going to start off with, just real simple, what is the week in the life of Superintendent Howard Napp like, or how has the past week been for you?
Well, the past week has been a great week. It's been full of meetings and talking to folks about the priorities of the district, and we've had a great week. Last week, I'll start from at the end of last week. I met with Mrs. Vanderluck. We met with a licensing consultant for our early learning center, and that person came in. She's out of Muskegon, and she went through our building. She was very impressed with the building, by the way. She measured the rooms for capacity. There's a formula that they use. They take the square footage and they divide it by a number, and then from that they determine how many 3- and 4-year-olds we're able to put into each room. And each room has a capacity of 22 or 23 on an average. Highly unlikely that we'd put that many students in there because of the age group and so forth, but that's really good news. Then this week, we received a building number, a licensing number, that means that we are a long ways home towards having a licensed program. So that's something to celebrate, Rambler Nation. That's really good news. Another front on there, we're working hard on finishing up what I call punch list items. We're looking at, we got tweaking some issues with the heating, nothing unusual in new construction. We're looking at maybe some more paint colors that we can put in to brighten it up. We have some acoustical issues that we're talking about, things that are very routine construction finishing up issues. We're also looking at fencing that will go around the exterior of the building and providing the children outdoor play area. So good things are happening. We're talking about staffing patterns. We'll be ready to probably in 30 days or so, you'll start seeing some postings and some things of saying, here's some staff that the staff needs and what we'd like to start. We're projecting for sure the fall that we would have all 4 classrooms open. Hopefully, maybe we'll have some things available for summer programming, and possibility we'll start with a pilot this spring, depending on how fast we move on construction, staffing, etc. Kind of a fast update for you on that one. What do you think, Mr. Vanna? What else is like here?
Well, that's pretty exciting that we can see that the Early Learning Center is going to be moving forward. It's been on its own pause for a little bit, and now to see the ball starting to get momentum, and it's starting to get exciting in the community. I know the community's getting excited about this, and Rambler Nation, this is going to be another proud thing for the community in McBain.
Absolutely. That's so well said. You know, when school, our wonderful school here, and you think in the last several years, I'll go back to when the new gym was built, go back to the new Performing Arts Center, go back to now we're going to bring on a program, specifically a facility for 3- and 4-year-olds, a beautiful facility. We don't have to take, people are going to hold us up as a model of what a K-12 and now a 3-year-old through 12th grade program should look like. So I'm excited about that. You should be excited about that.
You know what I find kind of funny is how you still refer, and I still personally refer to the high school gym as the new gym, even though it's over 20 years old. Can you believe how old that new gym happens to be?
Well, that new gym was built after I left.
Yeah.
And to me, well, it was something we dreamed about. And to see it here, and hopefully, it looks like we're going to have some winter sports for the boys and girls to participate in this year yet, and what a neat thing to have that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are frustrated that the sports got pushed back a little bit, but it's also exciting to actually see or hearing the balls bounce in the gym after school and kids shooting, following the criteria, of course, but it is exciting to see. Last year, from November, just before Thanksgiving, until Christmas, the high school was forced into a remote learning situation. We took a pause from face-to-face instruction. What is the follow-up, or what is the district's response after that?
Well, I would like to start by thanking the parents and the staff and the students who responded to the survey that we just put out, asking those very questions. We're asking questions about the impact for you as a stakeholder in the district of how did remote learning go? What were the strengths, weaknesses? How can we improve? That is our response. We unfortunately have no control over the fact that, I shouldn't say society, our United States of America has been exposed to a terrible virus. We've all been dealing with this since March of 2020. But I would say we're putting the most positive spin that we can on it to keep education going. How are we responding? We're trying to figure out, we know that we had issues with hotspots, connectivity. Have issues of students and staff learning how to effectively use the opportunity to do remote learning. There's challenges. It's different than being in face-to-face. And with parents, the issues of covering students that are home, when parents have to work, all of those things are paradigm shifts from what we've been used to. I want to congratulate our school system. I think we responded well. We have found resources to increase our hotspots. We had churches in 2 different parts of our community step up to allow to be a hotspot for people out in the region to go to. We used our community library for that. There's a lot of folks have rallied behind it, Gary, and we are, so the survey is kind of give us a benchmark to look at how to go forward and how to improve. Take the strengths, look at the weaknesses, and try to make it happen. I hope it never happens again, but reality says we're going to be prepared for it.
Excellent. So one of the things you mentioned in the previous Superintendent Corner is that you were going to give us periodic updates on the superintendent search. Where are we at the process right now of searching for a replacement?
We're moving very aggressively forward as I'll report breaking news. We had a meeting, our organizational meeting and first regular meeting of the year for 2021 last night. It was a very productive meeting. If you have a chance to go on Rambler Review or on site or Facebook page, I think that's there. Maybe not. Am I incorrect?
We don't have that on the Rambler Review. We can if you want to start running that way.
Because we were on Zoom last night, people had an opportunity to come in and so forth. But anyway, we had a good meeting. It was a long meeting. It was necessary because of organization and new board members and just getting things off to a good start. Superintendent search was a big item. And what the board has authorized me to do, I'm going to develop a step-by-step action plan for the next 90 days that will take us starting out with the process. Some of the things in that plan will be that the board is going to hold a workshop with a consultant from the Michigan Association of School Boards, and they'll do an overview on how to properly go about a superintendent search. I think we know 99% of that, but we want to just make sure we're on the cutting edge of current rules and legal things and so forth. The next step will be that we'll be putting a posting out, and we'll be giving probably a month or so for people to respond, and we'll be sending it to various spots. The next step will be is that we're going to ask you to help us. We're going to be sending out a survey to all of our stakeholders, and we're going to be asking them what your vision and dreams are for the person that sits in this chair, the next person that sits here. We're also looking for creative ways to reach out to what I'm going to call our non-school family that are in the community. And I think we're going to be doing a flyer or something that going to post box holders and just trying to reach out to everyone to say, hey, this is important. It's a very important position for the community and for the school, and we'd like to get a profile on that. We'll take that, put it in composite. I'll be reporting back to you what maybe the top 5 criteria will be for as we look for what we'll try to match up as we interview, and use your input for interview questions, talking to the candidates and so forth. So exciting stuff. Our ultimate timeline is July 1st. I hope that hopefully we have somebody on board or someone that has accepted the position this spring and coming in a timely manner. How's that? Lots of things there. So.
Well, yesterday was a very important day. It was Inauguration Day.
Yes.
We put in a new president yesterday, as well as other members of vice president, stuff like that. Now, I'm not talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm talking about our own school board.
That's
So we installed a new president of the school board. We have a vice president and a secretary. Would you like to share how we are set up for our new administration?
I would love to. Mr. Kevin Eisenga is our new board president. Kevin has been on the board for a number of years. I think his leadership is going to be well received, and we're really excited about having Kevin accepting the nomination and being willing to serve. It's a big job. It's one of those jobs that maybe is underappreciated. There's calls that goes to the board president, and the board president sends out word to other people, and it's an important job. And the superintendent needs a strong board president so that you have it working as a team. Mr. Ken Stahl is going to be our vice president. And Ken, as many of you know, has served previously 14, 16 years. He came back and is filling in a 4-year term for us, and his wisdom, his experience is something that we're all going to lean on and benefit from. So Ken, we're excited about that. Karen Aberson is going to be our secretary again, and Matt Klein is going to be our treasurer again. Both of them have served previously last year in those roles. So that's your new team of officers, board leadership for the district.
Well, congratulations to our new executive board for the school board itself, and congratulations to each little member. And more importantly, thank you for serving, because you do not get enough thanks for the job you have to do at the school board and the decision you have to make. One last thing here before we call it a show. Do you have exciting news about vaccination?
Exciting news. Spent part of the life of a superintendent in 2021 is that you attend meetings. That's nothing new, but the meetings are Zoom meetings. And I spent an hour and a half in this chair with health department officials, other superintendents from the intermediate school district, and we were told that the doses, the vaccine doses, the shots are available for our teachers, our staff. We sent out a survey to all of our staff, not just teachers, but anyone that comes in contact with students. 122 staff members were surveyed. If they were interested, everyone that responded that said yes are going to receive their shots, maybe first dose, maybe as early as tomorrow and within the next 3 weeks. And then they have, as you know, there's a follow-up process for a second shot. So I think that's really exciting news.
That is exciting news, especially for the teachers on the front line and the support staff, the cooks, everybody like that. Those that want to feel safer, I'm glad that we are getting this opportunity to keep this going so we can stay face to face.
Yes, that's right.
Well, this has been the Superintendent Corner featuring Howard Napp. I'll remind everybody in the Rambler Nation, feel the wheel.